Hello and welcome back to the Villa View for another preview ahead of Aston Villa's game with Middlesbrough tomorrow evening at Villa Park. This preview is proudly sponsored by OneFootball once again. So let's head over to the OneFootball app now. As always, if you want to download the OneFootball app, please do go and do it. There's a link in the description below. It's a brilliant little app. Let's very quickly head over to them. Match day 7 tomorrow evening against Middlesbrough. Head over to their season so far, sitting in 6th position, 10 points so far under Gary Monk. Playing some good football as well, I must say, under him. And they've got a little bit better than us in terms of their football they're playing. They've conceded a lot less goals than us, only conceded 3 all season. The positioning does not lie. They've got a much better run of form at the moment, winning 3-0 away at Bolton. You look at it in the table-wise, and Villa desperately need to start picking up the points soon, and tomorrow evening's a perfect opportunity to do that. So, a disappointing result on Saturday against Brentford, drawing 0-0. In a game where Sam Johnston was man of the match, which really does tell you the story of the game. We were never at the races during it, and really Brentford were the better team, and we looked like an away side playing at home once again, which was a backward step from the football we'd seen against Bristol City in the second half, and especially against Norwich City, where we won quite comfortably 4-2. So this game has suddenly already become very much a must-win game for Steve Bruce, if it wasn't already so. Lots of fans are becoming to go and get on his back, and that's understandably so. A poor run of form, sitting 18th in the table against the Middlesbrough side that are arguably high-flying under Gary Monk and playing some really neat football. So Middlesbrough have got the likes of Britta Sombalonga on song, scoring 2 goals against Bolton Wanderers at the weekend, which doesn't seem hard at the moment, but I must say he's a really good striker for them, paying £15 million, a lot in the Championship. As we know, we paid similar amount for Jonathan Kodjia last season, and we saw it pay dividends. Another man that's going to be keeping an eye out on is Adama Traore. Yes, the former Villa man is still with Borough, and he's made 2 assists. I know, big shock. He's made 2 assists against Bolton Wanderers at the weekend for his direct running pace, and I think he could really cause an issue for the likes of Neil Taylor on the left-hand side. And for me, he's going to be the main concern and the main worry. But overall, I think Borough are one of the main promotion candidates, which means that we really should be going toe-to-toe with them tomorrow evening, hopefully going out there and playing with some better football, and hopefully something that can give fans something to cling hope into, that this season still can be a success. Steve Bruce has talked about a few injury concerns ahead of the game. The likes of Andre Green looks to be missing out, Josh Onamar, and then Keenan Davis as well. Some big players that have really made a big impact already this season in games could be missing for the game. So this is what I'm going to head for in terms of the lineup for the game. Sam Johnston picks himself, especially after the weekend's game. He's really made that number 1 jersey his own. He's making Dan eat humble pie. Going into the back 4, I think that James Bree will probably keep his place, in fairness, at right back. Going to go with the centre-back pairing of James Chester and John Terry. I know John Terry's played on Saturday. Be interested to see if he plays tomorrow, but I can see him playing. Left back, Neil Taylor, no real other option there. Moving further forward is where it gets more interesting. There's been a whiff of Emil Jednak returning to the fold, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go with Emil Jednak in the sitting centre defensive midfield role. And then either side of that, I'm going to go with Conor Horan on the one side and Henry Lansbury on the other in a midfield 3. And then on the wings, I'm going to go with Berker Bjarnason on the one side. And then I'm debating El Mohammadi or Albert Adoma. But for me, I'd like to see Albert Adoma there. But I can honestly see Steve Bruce picking El Mohammadi. So El Mohammadi on the right. And then up front, it's going to be Scott Hogan leading the line. I think the fans are just looking for something in terms of a bit more going forwards. A bit more of an impetus, you could say, going forward. Something that fans craved. And we need something big tomorrow evening. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it could go off somebody's bum cheek and go in. I think we need that bit of luck. And we need something to go away in terms of a decision, just to get that sort of edge around Villa Park again. Get those fans back on side, because we do need to make Villa Park a fortress. It is the old cliche, but we do. And if we can put a performance on against Borough, I think it proves that we can still do it this season. But at the moment, the style of play isn't helping any player on that football field, and that needs to change immediately. And the team selection needs to be bang on. So we go out there attacking and we play like a home side once again. Because if we don't play like a home side, this Borough team will absolutely murder us. They destroyed Bolton at the weekend, which, no offence to Bolton, they're not a great side, so that's fair enough. But with the likes of Adama Traore getting 2 assists at the weekend, Britta Sombalonga, one of the best strikers in the Championship up front, it's a real cause for concern for me. They've got some other good players in there as well, the likes of Johnny Howson. They've got a Premier League centre-back for me in Ben Gibson as well, and then Lee Grant in goal, an experienced goalkeeper. There's a solid few players there throughout that team, as well as the rest of them, and I think that really Borough are going to cause some problems if we don't go with that attacking intent in the game. The pressure is on and we need to deliver. So despite what I said about winning and potentially getting a 1-0 win or something and playing on the front foot, I honestly can't see us winning at the moment. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I can't see it happening. It's just, I just can't see it. You know, I've seen nothing to suggest that we can win it, and I think Borough might be too good for us. But I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. I know. Yeah, 0-0. Yeah, 0-0 draw. I can't expect us to win it, to be honest, at the moment. I don't know how it's going to fare out, but I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. I mean, it's not the worst of points, but at this moment in time, we do need the 3 points. As always, please do head over to the FanScore app. Make sure you join in the league if you're not already done so. Get your predictions in ahead of the game. What are you predicting ahead of the game? I don't know what Dan's predicting because he's bothered not to turn up today, that I've done so well not to mention so far. I really do think that Borough could expose us in terms of pace. There's not a lot of that in our defence, and it's something that Borough have in abundance. And if we can't deal with that, then they will score. It's inevitable. And my main concern is what do we do when they score? Do we show the fight that happened against Bristol City, or do we take it lying down and not really respond to it? We have to play like the home side, and that's just the most important factor for me. Playing like that home side and recovering and sort of showing what we did against Norwich City and a bit against Bristol City. If we can show that, I think we've got every chance of putting a performance on against Borough. But if we don't, I don't know. We've got to find inspiration from somewhere. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please do drop us that like below, commenting your thoughts ahead of the game, and subscribe to The Villa View, your post notifications on if you're new to the channel. Oh, and PS, fan cams are happening tomorrow evening. I'm going to be taking them, so come and speak to us at full time. Come and give your views. What are you saying about the current situation at Villa? Where do you think we're going to be heading for the rest of the season? Come over to us at the end of the game and tell us that. If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another one? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. And don't forget to subscribe. Click on our logo there on the left and press subscribe. Easy.